Okay.
Good evening. I'm Mike Warden, the mayor, and this is Mr. Michael McCarthy, our alderman at large and head of our DPW and safety committee. Wanted to take this opportunity with Access 8 at a little after 11 o'clock to give you another update for those I hope you're watching on what's going on with the river. We have called for an evacuation of the Riverside area, sections of the tri-states along the river, as well as the lower end of West End along the river. Currently, we have closed traffic going into the Riverside area through the underpass from Port Jervis and also from the Matamoros side going into the Riverside area. The reason for that is currently we're concerned that the underpass is starting to take on water from the catch basins that are feed into the Delaware River, which means basically the river water is higher than the outlets that go into our drainage system that goes into the river. And as a precautionary measure, so we don't have a tragedy in the underpass, that area is now shut off to traffic. Firemen are still in the area. If anyone is struggling there and needs assistance, the fire and police department are still in that area. We urge all residents to please leave their homes. There is emergency shelters set up at the Port Jervis High School on Route 209. And if you see a fireman or a police officer and you have no transportation, we will get you transportation there. Also, we have emergency shelters set up at each of the firehouses. Please take advantage of that situation. Don't sit at home and try to wait this out. Our concern has arisen because the water that is running into the Delaware River off of the mountain streams has caused the river to rise excessively very quickly. Original report that we had was it anticipated the river to crest tomorrow, late tomorrow on Saturday, to about 17 feet. Flood stage is 18 feet, so we were concerned about that. What happened, though, is the river began to crest a lot sooner than that. We're talking constantly with Mayor Riccardi over in Matamoros, and the fire departments are working hand in hand to make sure everybody is aware of what everyone else is doing and to work together. So the situation as of a few minutes ago, the river is now a little over 16 feet, correct, Michael?
16.8 feet as of just before we came on the air.
So we are, the crews are going to be watching this. Again, the critical flood stage is 18 feet, so that's our concern. I would please do not get out, drive along the river to see what's going on. The traffic would be, the roads are becoming slippery from the rain we had today and the weather turning cold. We do have standards out in certain areas of the city trying to make sure the roads are passable, but we don't need you to drive down in the Riverside area along the rivers to see what's going on. The police officers will turn you away if you do. But if you have someone that you're trying to reach and you get stopped by an officer, tell them the situation, they'll get the radio and get the message to emergency crews. Again, there is emergency housing at the Port Jervis School, and that is on Route 209. That is open, and also there is housing at the firehouses. You can go to that location as well.
One other item, two other items. The Drew Methodist Church is also open, and Reverend Avery has just opened the First Presbyterian Church to anyone that needs shelter while we go through this very serious situation.
And those churches are located, for those that may not know, up on Sussex Street by Orange Square Park and way up on the hill above any flood stage. So we want to keep you apprised. If you stay tuned to Access 8 and you stay tuned to WDLC, WTSX, you'll get the facts as we learn them. And at this point, we're not concerned about the Jersey Avenue, Wall Street area. There is some water conditions you may have heard about down near the lower end of Wall Street. That is not related to the river situation. That's some other backing up of some catch basins and things of that nature. And the fire department is on that scene doing some pumping at this time. We have declared an emergency, so we have the Orange County Sheriff's Department responding to the area. We have several other fire companies that are responding to assist, and we've notified the power companies, utility companies, and we're gearing up. Our All of our essential personnel are in and on duty, and we have a full complement of police officers and our Department of Public Works crews who are on standby, ready to react to any situation that may occur. Again, we are a little about 2 feet below what's known as flood stage at 18 feet, and we're going to keep you apprised of that situation. And we thank you for tuning in. One other note, unless it's an emergency, please do not call the police station. You'll tie up the lines. If it's an emergency, call them, but otherwise, if it's for information, please listen to the radio, watch Access 8, and they'll get the word out to you. Michael?
This is very serious, and we would like you to cooperate with us, and as the mayor said, we will keep you posted on exactly what's happening. Please do not go to the Riverside section or any section of the city near the river at this time. It is very, very dangerous.
Thank you. Why don't you just pull the chair time? 2:30.
You're live.
Okay, give you an update at 2:30 a.m. on the condition of the river. Currently, the river is at 18 feet, 2.9 inches, almost 3 inches. Flood stage is 18 feet. We have a notice from the Weather Service that the Port Jervis and Matamoras, where the flood stage is 18 feet, stage at 2 a.m. was 18.2 feet, and a crest is expected between 19 and 20 feet Saturday afternoon. So we have a long way to go on this. There is quite a bit of water coming down the river, and it continues to rise, although now it is rising at a slower pace, which is good news. We don't have any reports of the water coming over into Riverside or any of the areas yet. It is close to the dike area, but at 18.3 it is not coming over. We have lots of emergency personnel and Orange County personnel here to help us out tonight. And I'd like to give credit to our sheriff, Orange County Sheriff Frank Bigger. We've got Sheriff's Department throughout the city. They have officers helping with traffic control, and it's been a great help and assistance, Sheriff, to Port Jervis. You were here very quickly, as well as other fire services and other agencies of the county being on board just in case. Mike, you have anything to update anybody on?
I'd just like to update you, the mayor and I just came back from a tour of the flood area in Tri-States. It is very close to going over the banks at the bridge. It is running into South Maple Avenue, and we have shut down South Maple Avenue because of the water rising rapidly there and an icing condition. In the West End area on River Road between Sparrowbush and Port Jervis, the river is level with the road. It is not going over the road yet. That road has been sealed off by the Sheriff's Department. And in the Riverside section, the river is still below the dike, but it's very close to it. We will continue to monitor. It is very dangerous. More ice has cut loose and come down the river, but it is moving very rapidly. So at this point, just to update you, we are at flood stage. We are not experiencing major flooding, but we are experiencing flooding in the low areas because the storm drains from the pressure of the high river are backing up and running the wrong way and forcing water into the streets. We are monitoring it. The fire department is still going and pumping out cellars wherever needed, and we'll continue to monitor you as the situation changes.
And as Mr. McCarthy said, South Maple Avenue has been closed going into New Jersey, so that road, you cannot travel on that road, nor can cars come in from New Jersey. And the New Jersey State Police have been notified at the other end to block traffic coming into the city. A reminder, the Tri-State Bridge is also closed. The Neversink River has risen quite a great deal. Also, the underpass going into the Riverside has a considerable amount of water accumulating in it. And some of the streets in the Riverside area, King Street, do have some water on them, but it's not coming over the dike area. It is backing up from the storm sewers. So, and we have that same situation again down in the 4th Ward by Owen Street, Lower Ball Street, a great deal of water accumulating in the streets that's coming up through the catch basins. And please continue to listen to your radio. We're very concerned about this prediction about the crest to 20 feet possibly. And there is, as I said, quite a bit of water still pouring into the Delaware. So we're going to be watching this all night, and please listen. If you hear the sirens, you'll know that the water is starting to come across into the road areas. And also a reminder that you cannot get into Port Jervis from Pennsylvania. The bridge is also closed going into Matamoros, Port Jervis. Thank you, and we'll come back on in a little bit and give you a little more information. Quarters here at the Port Jervis City Council room. It's about 8 minutes to 3 a.m. And with me is Councilman Jerry. We've been down here manning the phones with all of our other council representatives. We have, in addition to the Orange County Sheriff's Department, a lot of other people here, and I just want to take a minute and have Jerry recognize some of these people that are over here, emergency service people that have geared up to help us through this situation. Jerry?
Okay, Mike, earlier this evening, when the river started to rise, several phone calls were made, and the city implemented some emergency procedures, one of them being for EMS, Orange County Emergency Medical Services, and along those lines, we have Michael Walton responding here from his home on the other side of the county, representing the county EMS, along with his deputy coordinators, Andy Lamarca, Bill Fallon. We have members of the Hudson Valley Ambulance Service here. Keith McCoy is the station manager and supervisor for that outfit. We have Debbie Chandler from the Port Jervis Ambulance, several of the Port Jervis Volunteer Ambulance Corps members represented. Also with us, Jules Bazerman from the Orange County Aries Races, thank you. Mobile radio operators. James Cook, the Assistant Chief of the Orange County REACT, and he's also a member of the Disaster Services Unit for the Red Cross. These gentlemen have been instrumental in talking on the radios between here and the emergency shelter points that we have set up. We've had a couple ambulance calls tonight, and those were coordinated by Mike Walton and his staff. Currently, I believe we have 10 to 15 ambulance units in the city of Port Jervis and on the other side in Matamoros, and we also have some units stationed in the tri-state area on the other side of the bridges, just in case.
That's a good point that we have a sander down there, DPW crew in tri-states. In addition, obviously, to the fire department, we have the sheriff's department in tri-states, and we also have an ambulance and a crew.
Right.
So that if for some reason something does happen and the bridge is not passable, that all the emergency services are available on the other side of the Neversink River.
And contingency plans are in effect for if the worst happens and the water does come up over the bridge, which we're hoping obviously that it does not, that these people will be taken care of with the ambulances and transported to different area hospitals. All that's being coordinated through the Mike's office. And in addition to that, we'd also like to thank the ambulance corps that did respond on mutual aid into the city. And at this time, they're too numerous to mention because I don't want to miss one. But they're still on site, and we're making arrangements with the hospital, which we've been in contact closely with. Sleeping arrangements are made for them so we can break the cruise and get some rest, because obviously this is just the beginning of what's going to be a long day. So all of these people, along with the Sheriff's Department, have been very instrumental.
Also, we have, not in the room with us, they're downstairs, Orange County Fire Coordinators and their staff, and lots of good folks over here helping Port Jervis get through this. And gentlemen and ladies, we thank you for coming over to help us out. And the river is, since I last spoke, I guess about 30 minutes ago, has stayed at this 18, it's fluctuating between 18 feet 3 inches and 18 feet 2.4 inches. And we're keeping an eye on that, and we're going to watch it. As I said earlier, the Weather Service is predicting a crest in the river to 20 feet, which should hit Port Jervis tomorrow sometime in the early afternoon at this point. Originally, it was not, with the crest, which was originally estimated to be at 17 feet, was supposed to hit Port Jervis tomorrow evening, or Saturday evening, which is today already. So now we're talking, that's been updated because of the influx of water into the river upstream to a crest of between 19 and 20 feet, estimated to crest, the river to crest in Port Jervis area, Matamoros area, somewhere around mid-afternoon. So the fire department will be out watching it. Again, the water has not come over the dike at the Riverside area or at West End Beach. It's close to the top, and people are watching it, and the areas have been evacuated. There is, if anyone is still looking for shelter, the Port Jervis High School is available, and that's on Route 209. Any of the firehouses in Port Jervis you can go to. Also, the Drew Methodist Church on the top of Sussex Street is open, as well as the Presbyterian Church on Orange Square at the top of Sussex Street. And they have opened their doors to help out as well. So if you still need to get some emergency housing for the evening, you can go to any of those locations, or if you still are in your home in any of these areas that have been evacuated and you want to get out of the area, call the police department. We will dispatch someone to the area to relocate you. Do not try to drive out of the area at this point. The emergency exit in the Riverside across the railroad tracks has been opened the majority of the evening. It will remain open. It's manned by a police officer. And the underpass, as I stated earlier, it continues to fill up with water. We do have several large emergency pumps supplied by the State Office of Emergency Management on site, which will help us out once we get through this situation with pumping some of these critical areas and getting them back in service. So stay tuned to the TV, listen to the radio, and we'll keep you updated throughout the night. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Riverside area to those
We're talking about front streets and stuff like that. That makes sense.
That's still lower below
Can you give us, for our logistics purposes, can you give us an idea of what we're looking at for tomorrow? We're set up for, planning on being here all day, I'm assuming, tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what we want to talk about, how to feed everybody in the morning.
Right, okay, we're set for feeding in the morning. Our morning, we'll have our change of staff sometime between 7 and 9 in the morning, depending on when we get home. We will be taking hot lunches, I'm assuming, we can already set up that. We've got supplies on that. Tonight's dinner, and what's going to be this stuff,
It's going to, right now, the report is predicting a 20-foot crest mid-afternoon. Originally, it was predicted as a 17-foot crest tomorrow night, Saturday night. We're talking about Saturday afternoon. So if the river stabilizes, if it doesn't happen, we'll let the river start tomorrow. We're going to play it safe as we set up some deputies. Do we need any more?
No, we've been very fortunate. People here have been extremely cooperative with the volunteer organizations to be able to assist to the Salvation Army's on board here. And they've been extremely we have pretty good staff. We're all volunteers, so we're all in this together.
Yeah,
What I'll do is, let me get everybody into this one big room so you don't have to make, you know.
I don't want to inconvenience people. I'm around.
Oh, you're gonna need that.
Yeah, they've had enough inconvenience.
There's 81.
Yeah.
I'll see that.
Gentleman is in charge of the shelter. Okay.
Big break, checking it. Everybody's.
We'll have a unit up here.
You gotta get that money.
Right here. About 2 or 3 minutes. We're gonna shoot back downtown.
Maybe that they can put in one room where people know they can.
Come back.
Thanks a lot for your help. Mike. How you been? Good. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, all right.
We're hooking up a couple of televisions in there,
Are they?
so that they can watch, people can watch Access 8, and we'll
Once
keep
we
it-
get the cots in here, we'll be all right.
We got a few more on the way, I guess, so, yeah.
No problem.
We appreciate your
Look
help.
up the way.
Right now, they're predicting the river will crest in mid-afternoon,
Yeah.
and that's at 20
Go
feet.
about 20 feet. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we heard the last time.
So, we're monitoring it, staying about 18, 5,
18.3,
18.3, it's going back and forth, so, if it jumps, we'll,
At least it isn't rising by the foot now, it's by the inch.
by the edge, it'll slow down a little bit, so, that's good news. But we appreciate it, thank
You
you.
guys have been doing a swell job down there too, so.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Hey, take care, Mike.
Conditions coming up through the catch basins underground. Down in the 4th Ward on Owen Street, basically, it has not gotten in any homes, it's basically in the roads at this point. We have the Tri-States Bridge closed because the Neversink River has risen quite a bit. And we have emergency crews stationed in Tri-States as well as ambulance crews. What the Weather Service is predicting at 2 a.m. this morning is that the river is at 18 feet and 3 inches. Flood stage is 18 feet, so we're over what is a flood stage. That means that at any moment the water could come over or may come over certain sections of the river corridor. The Weather Service is predicting that the river will rise another 2 feet, 20 feet, which is called the crest. There's a lot of water coming into the Delaware upstream, which is really causing the river to rise dramatically. Early on tonight, the river rose, for example, in 5 minutes, 1.5 feet. That's why we wanted to get the word out, because the river was too unpredictable. Right now, the river seems to have stabilized a little bit. It's been staying between 18 feet and 3 inches or 5 inches and back and forth since about 2:30. So we do have people out on the rivers watching it. We're working with the Weather Service. Unfortunately, until we know that when the crest actually comes, if it's 2 feet, it will probably come over the river. That's over the dike. So we would appreciate it if people not go back to their homes until we're sure that we're over the crest period. The crest was originally estimated not to occur until 5 p.m. Saturday night. We are already in, that's been moved up to about mid-afternoon. The original crest was estimated to be 17 feet, and they've revised that to 20 feet. So you can see how even the Weather Service is having trouble predicting what the river is doing. So we're trying to get the school to hook up a couple of TV sets, and we have Access 8 that we've been going on to give you some information, and we'll try to keep you apprised throughout the night. We have all kinds of emergency services that have come over to Fort Jervis to help us out. The Sheriff's Department has several deputies in the area. We have Orange County Emergency Services. We have something like 14 ambulances that are on standby in the area. That's where we're at. The Red Cross is prepared to serve breakfast and lunch. And at this point, we told them we notify them tomorrow where we're at as far as if we feel we can shut down the shelter and allow people to go back home. So the radio, if you have a radio, also WDLC is on. They're all night. It should give you updates. And if we can get a TV in here, that'll help out too. If anybody has any questions, I'll try to field them. Yes.
You know, like the water that's surrounding the
No, it's not expected that the water will come up to the shoulder. Thanks for your patience. Please bear with us. Yes, ma'am? In lower sections, it's on the corner of Jersey Avenue and Owen. It's very low at that point, as of a little while ago. It's on Lower Wall Street, just by Dunn's old store, and basically around the VFW on the road. That's where it's at right now. Yes.
Yeah, I was wondering, how about Brown Street down there by
Over in Riverside, there is some water on King Street by Dino's, but it's coming up through the catch basin. It's about curb high right now.
Oh, down on. Well, yeah, it's coming out even more now.
Why these things don't stop the water?
It's filling up.
Steadily, huh?
Mike, watch that.
It's it.
Watch, this is all ice on this side here.
It looks like it's picking up, bubbling out there even more.
What's that?
Looks like it's coming out there a little bit more.
It's coming out a lot faster.
Come up, isn't it? Way down the other side. Go. You get your bait?
Those are cool if they want to go down and around.
Yeah, right.